again, everybody, and welcome back to Fujitsu Blitz. And today we're going to have a look at the T11E04, the American Tier XTD, or the American Muscle Tank, as I like to call it. Now, this is a juicy-looking tank. There it is, there in Armor Inspector in all its glory. And basically, it's a pattern hull with a massively armored turret on the top. Unlike the E3, this turret does turn, doesn't go all the way around, it only does 180, as you can see there. But that's a benefit, in my opinion. I mean, unlike the E3, which is a fixed casemate, this one isn't. Armor-wise, it's pretty thick, especially the turret. As you can see here, the hull is not that thick, apart from that band at the front. This is a hull-down tank, for all intents and purposes, like the most of the American line at Tier 10. It's got that big doopy cupola on the top, and here we have it facing off against an IS-7, as you can see. Front-wise and hull down, this thing is rock solid. The only downside, that cupola and that lower hull. There are the cheeks either side of it, which can be penned, but that's a pretty difficult shot, guys. Oddly enough, you can side-scrape in this thing, unlike some of the other American tanks. That's its counterpart, its sibling, basically, in Tier X. And as you can see, this is the fixed casemate E3, and this one, wow, what can I say at the end of the day? It has got almost impenetrable turret, but it is a fixed casemate. What about Tank Compare? Well, if I stick it into Tank Compare, you can see it's not setting the world on fire. It's not one of the best TDs, but it is average, middle of the road, and not a bad tank at all. You can see there, you know, it's got some pros and cons against the other TDs. As I say, it's middle of the road. This is what we do when we look at it in Blitzhanger, and you know, the HP is pretty good. The view range, not too bad. Its DPM, it's pretty low, but it's got a fast reload. Well, fast-ish reload. It's got mediocre pen. It's got good damage. You know, it's reasonable damage, not the best damage it's here for a TD, but it's not too bad at all. And this is with all the bells and whistles attached. And as you can see, as I said, it's a bit of a middle of the road tank. What's it like to actually play this thing? Well, I'll say straight off the bat, I absolutely love this tank. For a TD at Tier 10, it's got a reasonable turn of speed. Unlike its fixed casemate counterpart in the E3, it has got a turret that moves, and it dishes out a lot of pain. Plus, if you put it in the right position, namely that hull down, and you keep that turret pointing towards the enemy, it is going to bounce a lot of shots, unless they get that cupola. The other thing it's got is a truly fantastic gun. I do like the gun on this tank. It has the ability to pen most things, and not only that, it has the ability to dish out a shared load of damage when it does. Okay, it's not Death Star or JPE100, but look at this. Boom. That's a massive roll into that tank. And this is why and there you go, start bouncing. And this is why I love this tank. Not only that, as I said, the reload is really, really nice. It's, you know, you're not looking at excessive 20 seconds, 18 seconds. You're looking at 12 seconds to reload this beast of a gun. I like it. I think this is a fun Tier 10 TD. It's one of those strange, quirky TDs where it's a mixture between a heavy and a TD. And you can really play this like a heavy. You don't need to sit at the back in camp. You can do that if you wish, but that's not the purpose of this tank. That's why it's got that massive armor on that turret. You can put it on the front line. It's not always advisable, but you can do that. And you can dish out pain because of that reload time. It's got relatively great penetration, really dishes out oodles of damage. It's really like an E100, but better. I mean, look at this. I mean, you can just smack it for 600 into the front of that T62A. And this is why I love the tank. It brings a bit of a different game style to the T10s. Hello, Death Star. going to stick a massive roll into you as well. Almost 700 into that Death Star. Now it's 3 against 1 here. I've got a bat chat going around the back. The Death Star's just knocked me for over 700, which is pretty low roll for him, but that's not a problem. I'm going to now stick a massive roll into him, 600 and something. My reload is a lot better than his reload, so I'm going to reload a lot quicker than he is, so I'm going to be able to take him out. Let's give him a bit of a ram though. Now I can turn, because the rear of my tank is really, really weak. Take out the T62A, the bat chat's already been gone. That's not bad. 3 tanks on me there. Okay, I got a bit lucky. The rear of this tank is paper thin. If you stick an HE into that very large engine exhaust, then you are in a world of pain in this thing. But I managed to tie up 3 of their tanks. A bat chat, a T62A, and a Death Star. And we got away with it. And I love that game. I really enjoyed it, and I love playing this tank. We had a first class, we do over 3,000 damage, we bounced over 1,000, and we took 4 kills. That is enjoyable. And this is what I'm saying about this tank. It's different to most of the TDs in its tier, because this thing you can, if you want to, front line it. It's a risk, of course it is, because you've got to stay hull down. But with its turret armor, and with its reload, and with its gun, you can manage it. I mean, here we are on Faust. I've just bounced 700. I'm taking a cap. They know where I am. I know roughly where they are. There we go. Hello, Leo. Stick a big, massive 600 odd something into you. I love this tank, guys. I mean, a lot of people complain about the American TD line. I think this is one of the best TDs. Once you get used to it, I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a 500. We've already we've dished out. We've hit 2 shots into that Leo, and we've done 1,200 damage. We've bounced over 700, and we've taken a cap. I think this is one of the best TDs at tier 10. Okay, you're not dishing out the huge damage, as I said earlier, but you're not paper thin either. This is why it's a good, middle-of-the-road, average TD. It's got that turnable turret, but it's a lot thicker than a grilly. It's not got a fixed casemate, so it brings an advantage over the object, 263 and 268. It's got reasonable armor, and it's got a really good load time. So when you look at it compared to all the other TDs in its tier, okay, it may be middle of the road, it may not be dishing out, but you think of all the advantages and disadvantages of the other TDs. So let's take the Grilly. The advantages of the Grilly is it's got a really good reload, it's got a great gun, but it's not exactly fast, and it hasn't exactly got any armor. Then you look at the Death Star. The Death Star's got 0 armor realistically. It's got a very long reload, and it's got, you know, it hasn't got the best gun, funnily enough. The dispersion on it is pants. It's a fixed casemate to an extent. I mean, okay, you can turn the turret, but it doesn't go 180, nowhere near like this thing. But it does dish out a lot of damage. However, because of the reload, you think about it, this is a 12-second reload, you've got an alpha of about 600, so realistically, you are dealing with and dishing out similar amount of damage to a Death Star in about the same time. So Death Star's what, knocking out about 1,200 every 20 seconds. This is knocking out 1,200 every 24 seconds in real terms. That's not too bad when you consider its mobility and its armor profile. Like I said, you really can frontline this tank. And aside from the JPE 100, I mean, the armor on this thing will allow you to do that. And as I say, I can play it more like a heavy than you can a TD. Well, so what did we do in that game? Well, we did just under 4,000 damage. We only took 2 kills, but we got a couple of bases, and we were the top tank again. This tank, I think, sometimes is underestimated. A lot of people don't seem to like it. I do. I think it is a really good tank in its tier. As I keep saying, it brings something different to the TD line, because you've got this mixture of a TD turret on a heavy tank chassis. And that is brilliant, because it does allow you to play it like a heavy. And I love that. I love the fact that you can be aggressive in this thing. And you can. I mean, you can be super aggressive. I mean, look at this. Little IS-7. Goodbye, IS-7. It will pen most things. It will dish out reasonable damage. I mean, over 600. That's not bad. It's got relatively thick armor. If you hold down it, as I say, I mean, nobody's going to take anything from you. Here comes a Mark 6. Goodbye, Mark 6. And I'll bounce you for the pleasure as well. So we've done, you know, just over 1,000 damage, just shy of 2,000 realistically. We've taken 2 kills, capped a base, and bounced 400. And we can still be aggressive in this thing. That's why I like it. I mean, it is a tank that you can be up close, personal, aggressive, and a pain in the backside. And there we go, we bounce even more. Now we bounce 700, now we're going to give you a hard time, Mr. T62A. Come on, get around the corner, load up, boom, gone. Kill number 3. We've now done just over 2,000 damage, and we're having a good time. You know, we've lost a few hit points, but nothing to write home about. And we're going to give the VK a hard time now, just shy of 600 into him. And he's the last tank standing. Let's ram him up the back. Okay, I get hurt more than he does, but not a worry. Somebody kills him before I get there. 3 kills, you know, just over 3,000 damage. Bounced a shed load, took some bases, get another first class. Seriously, if you haven't got this tank, and you're considering either the E4 or the E3 as your American TD, I would take this one over the E3 every day of the week. Because with that turnable turret, it gives you a slight advantage. Okay, that was an optimistic shot. It was never going to go in, but it was worth the go. I really do like this tank. I know I keep saying that, but for me, the ability to play this like a heavy is just, I mean, look at that. Goodbye, Grilly. We've just given you a load of pain. Like I said at the beginning, you can actually side scrape in this thing. I'm not side scraping at the moment because I want that Grilly. I think I'll be able to get him from here. Yes, I can. Easily stick an HE in, put a massive shot into him. Oh, getting flanked around the back here. Hello, Leo, what are you doing? Come on, Leo, stick your nose out. Oh, bouncing from the side now. That was a big bounce, over 400. Oh, the Leo is still there, popping out. He keeps dropping off my view range. I'm losing hit points here. Don't know, you know, I need to do something about this. We've also got a bat chat down there. So, oh, Leo is still plowing into me. I've only done 1,100 and something damage. I've only bounced 420, but I've taken a kill. And that was the Grilly. The bat chat is now flanking the other way, but the Leo's giving me more of a pain than anything else because he keeps putting shots into me. So we need to try and get round and take out this Leo. And this is the thing. Like I said, you can frontline this. There you go. Put a massive roll into the Leo. Maybe the waffle tractor's going to help me out. The Leo's on a load. I'm on a load. I've got my flashy thing going. He may be a one-shot for me. I don't know. Can I get around and get him? Or no, the waffle tractor gets him instead. Not to worry. Let's keep moving this way. Maybe we can get around the back of that bat chat and stick some pain into him. He's going up the hill. Stick my HE on. Oh, what a, you know, that was lucky. I thought I'd missed that then, but I didn't. Now I've done over 2,000 damage. Bat chat is looking very unhealthy. I don't know if he's used all his rounds. Maybe he has. Yes. Let's take him out. He's gone. Kill number 2. Still done 2,000 damage. 2 tanks left to go. To Blitz, 3 against 2. There's the AMX. I've got a... I mean, this gun is fantastic. I mean, look at the aim time. I can get a nice roll into that AMX 50. He's gone. He's out of there. This leaves just the T11E04. He's going to be giving my teammate a bit of a hard time. I'm trying to get around into him. Can I get one in? Can I get one in? Yes, I can. Take some pain away from him. Now, okay, the mobility is quite good, but you're still in a very heavy tank. Whilst you've got good mobility, pretty good turn of speed, it's still going to take you some time to get up there. The E5 is giving him a hard time, and so be it, because he is a heavy tank, a true heavy tank. He's staying hull down, which is what he should be doing. I'm now going to try and get up there. My hit points, I know for a fact that the T-54E1 is not going to be able to take me out. I'm going to move around and just pop him. And there he is. Kill number 4. Just shy of 4,000 damage. We get a nice mastery, a shed load of credits, and that's why I love the tank, guys. It's a really nice TD. It is, in my opinion, a tank that you can play like a heavy, and that's why I love it. Anyway, I've been Fujit. That has been the T11E04. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please press subscribe, comment, like, do all the other bits. If you've got any decent replays, don't forget, send them to me at the usual address, fujitsblitz@gmail.com. And until the next time, I will say my usual, stay safe out there, have fun on the battlefield, and happy tanking, because you know, that's what it's all about, having fun and being happy.